Who you calling up? That's right. She said, who you calling up? She said, who you calling up?
What's going on, people? This is Shad Harris, and today we are doing something completely outside of the norm of what I do, right? So today I am sitting with somebody I've known for the better part of, let's say, 15 years. And I realized over those last 15 years that he's been one of my favorite rappers. He's been somebody that I spent time with, but on the same time, I feel like I don't really know this nigga. So today I am sitting with my guy, Theo, but most of everybody else knows him as Intalek. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. So I feel like this is about to be very up close and personal with Intalek.
Yeah. It's intimate enough for that too. In here,
it's very intimate. It's very tight in this bitch.
Yeah.
yeah. So you said you want to do an interview because you about to drop a project.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like once you hit me up, I'm like, yo, this makes a lot of sense because we never sat down like this before.
Yeah.
But then I realized that we have a lot of industry conversation, like, yo, what's good? Like, I see y'all here doing your thing.
On the
like,
surface,
yeah.
right.
But we never really got deep on some shit.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we talked about some deep shit when I helped out with your last music video.
Right. The Unity shoot.
Yeah, the Unity shoot.
And it was quick though, but it was
quick.
just in that too. Like, I mean, we probably spent more time there. Even at the beginning when we was like out here doing our thing, we spent a lot more time then too.
Yeah.
And then we kind of branched off, and everybody.
That's probably like 10 years where like I saw you in passing.
Right.
Yeah.
Different events, or you know what I'm saying,
right.
partying or whatever.
And we both kind of evolved since then.
Right.
So let's kind of get into it.
I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Got the cup and everything.
So you're about to drop your latest album, Theodore.
Mm-hmm.
Where the hell you been at?
Yo, I've been on the chase, man. Where do we begin? You know what I'm saying? Like, where do we begin? Honestly,
where have you been since your last project? When was your last project?
I had dropped the Chase EP in 2017.
Okay. So it's been like 3 years.
Yeah, it's been like 3 years. But even before that, the last project before that one was the LAVA EP. Mm-hmm. Rest in peace, the homie EOM. We had did that project, and that was back in 2013. You know what I'm saying? So there's been some gaps. Yeah, there's been some time.
That's a hell of a lot of gaps.
Yeah, there's been a lot of gaps in the midst of it. But it's just trying to figure it out. Trying to figure out how to, you know what I'm saying? Even if I wanted to continue to do it, and that was the crazy thing too. I even battled with some of that with myself. Yeah. It was like, yo, like, maybe this ain't it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so a lot of life happened in between time.
You got married.
Got married.
Had a kid.
Got a daughter. You know what I'm saying? Got another one on the way.
Congrats.
Thank you.
You told me about that before, so congrats.
Right. Yeah. So
how y'all put that out?
It will be.
Oh, Bad China's come out. Yeah, Bad China's come out. People definitely know about that.
Right, for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, man, it's just a lot of life happened in between time, and then I just always, with this project here, I was always capturing those moments, like briefly. Like I'll do a song or two, talking about it. I've got like 60, at least 60 songs just covering this Theodore like process. You know what I'm saying? And we dwindled it down to 11 tracks. And yeah, bro. Yeah.
Okay. So let's start from the beginning, man.
Okay. How'd
you get into music? And this conversation isn't going to really be about music at all.
And that's fine.
Yeah. I'll just let you know that. I'm just trying to start at that place.
Yeah, for sure. The safe questions.
Yeah.
I mean, I always was around music. I was always around music. My parents was always playing music at home when I was little. You know, every Saturday you had to clean the house. So
be Anita Baker or Luther or something like that.
Yeah. So my mom's like, she was like a big R&B fan, but it was more for her, like when it came to hip hop, it was like LL and everything like that. So my pops had like the crazy collection, like cassette tapes and all that too. So we either play the radio or he just might be in his bag and throw a tape on or something.
Okay.
And then me and my sister be in the house, just cleaning the house top to bottom from like 9 to
Baseboards
11.
and
You know what I'm
everything,
saying?
yeah.
Like it was every Saturday though. Like
Right.
man, this shit's already clean. But that's what like got me into music. You know what I'm saying? And then I was always like, I never seen it then, but I was always into the art of it, like the creation of like writing and stuff.
Okay.
So I would write lyrics from the radio, like dub the songs off the radio and write the lyrics down and then recite them. My sister would do the same thing. That's how you know, I eventually got into it, and I started to study like the structure. From there it was like, you know what I'm
So
saying?
is that how you started to make songs? Or you knew how to make songs?
No, I never. It was just mainly like just the art of it. Like I never really dived too deep into it till I got older. It was just a matter of like, oh, this is my favorite song. Let me memorize the words and write them down and let it sink in. You know what I'm saying? But the creation itself probably started like in middle school, on online chat rooms where they would do like type battles and you know what I'm saying. And that's what I was into then, was like just keyboard battling and shit. You know what I mean?
But that's like the little AOL chat room shit?
Yeah, like they had like rap boards, like you know what I'm saying? Like you would log in.
What's the joint called, like Ooh La La, something like that?
I know they had lyrics.
Yeah.
They had a lot of lyrics, but you'll have like.
I thought they had a board or something
Damn,
too.
they probably did too.
You sound like some old heads.
Yeah, we are though.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, that's what got me into it, and then you know, my friends. It eventually went offline, so then it went into like classrooms or like in passing at school or something like that. And then we would have like little ciphers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And this is when I was living overseas too, because my pops was in the Navy.
Okay.
So when I came back, I was like 15. I think I was like 14, 15 when I got back. And just fucking around at my man Von crib. He had the little computer mic. You know what I'm saying? We'll push record, had a beat playing, recording off the computer mic, and niggas was like, yo, you really got something.
Right.
But I ain't pay it no mind, but it was like, I knew I had it, but it was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But then I just kept going, and then it gained traction. And
it's crazy that you say that, because I actually met you online. Because when we first started having this conversation about doing this, I like to think about like, yo, where did I initially meet you at? And I was like, you know what? I met you when I actually had a music website, and you sent in a song for it. This is when I was like first starting out, like doing anything involving music.
Yeah.
And you sent me a song called Eternal Growth or Internal Growth.
Yeah.
That was like
that was Hello Space World, I believe. The green cover. I had my head was.
Yeah. You redid a Coldplay joint. And at that time, I was into the blogger style music.
Yeah.
So you was the first person who I felt like killed, like, not some non-traditional rap shit. Most people were saying like some J shit and like do that. I'm like, all right, that's cool. But you did like some real left field, like internet scene type shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Ever since then, I was like, yo, that's my guy, because that's the shit I was like really fucking with hard at the time.
Word.
So it's kind of crazy, because that was like, I was 21, 22 at that time. And I'm fucking 35. That's been a long time.
Yeah, it has, bro. Yeah, it has. But yeah, no, I was always listening to different types of music too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that Hello Space World was that, like, and that was my space time. You know what I'm saying? So we was dropping music. I had a little player. You know how everybody had their little media player with their songs on it. And yeah, bro, I was just meeting different producers on MySpace, and that's how that came about, and that's why it was called Hello Space World.
Yeah.
Because of MySpace. So
Okay.
yeah, man, it was just yeah.
Okay. So starting out, like, who was like your top 5 artists? Like when you was high school, right out of high school type vibe.
Shit.
Well, matter of fact, better question. Who are the artists that influenced you the most?
Influenced me the most? I would say probably Jay. LL.
Really?
Yeah. LL nice, bro. Don't do that.
I know he's nice, but most people don't really go to that because he was probably like way before our time.
Yeah, but for me, so it was like in the 90s, right? Just song structure wise, like his ability to write songs. You know what I'm saying? And it wouldn't have to be too lyrical to drive a point. And then he'd play with his voice a little bit, different cadences and stuff. But I more so liked him when he did the female rap songs. You know what I'm saying?
The Hey Love joint.
Yo, that shit is a vibe, nigga.
Hey Love
Like,
is a
you know what I'm
joint.
saying? So
The Doing It joint. There's a lot of joints.
yeah, you feel me? So like, yeah, like I just like the way he put the structure. You know what I'm saying? Busta Rhymes was a big influence. Wu-Tang was a big influence. The Fugees, the Score album, best hip hop album ever, bro. Best hip hop album ever.
Hold on.
Best hip hop album ever, bro.
I haven't heard that in a while, but I feel like that's very debatable.
Okay, I mean, you know, to each his own, right? You know, everybody got an opinion.
Sometimes opinions are wrong though.
Man,
I feel like it's not better than Blueprint. I feel like the greatest hip hop album is Kanye's Dark Twisted Fantasy, top to bottom.
Yeah, the Score is up there too, top to bottom. Hey, play that joint tonight, bro. Play it tonight when you go home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Top to bottom, they had skits. It was a whole like, it was like a movie, bro. That's why it's called the Score. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, man, that shit was crazy, nigga. I'm about to go play that shit when I get home. Like, yeah,
I
bro.
might have to play that after we leave here. Yeah. You realize that you pretty good with rapping. What made you decide like, you know what? I'm gonna try to be a rapper, or I am a rapper. So what was that?
I just couldn't live without it. Like, it was always in my head. And still to this day, like, I just feel like I be telling my wife, like, yo, like, I don't see myself doing anything else.
Really?
I gotta do something with music. It ain't even gotta be me, like, you know what I'm saying, in front of the camera or on the mic. I just, if I gotta be like an A&R or a manager or, you know what I'm saying, something, I want to be in music, because just the creation of music or just being around it, for me, it's in my soul, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, everything, literally, dog, I walk around the house, I walk around anywhere, singing songs to myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, the switch came, it came early, bro. I didn't even really need anybody to like champion me to be like you should keep going. You know what I'm saying? It was just a matter of like, you know what? Like, I can't do anything else. And even if I try to do certain things, because I wanted to play ball, and that was one thing too. Like,
Can you?
I used to be all right back then.
I don't really believe that. Yeah.
We could do something after the interview.
That's cool. And I got on these big ass Doc Martens. I feel like I still would like ball.
Yeah, we could play barefoot. You know what I'm saying? Or it don't even matter. But no, I was doing my thing. But even when I was playing ball, like, the aspirations to hoop was
I feel
there.
like everybody has an aspiration to hoop though.
Yeah, but not everybody can hoop though.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn true.
Like,
I
everybody
had
got
me like a cool summer when I felt like I was like that nigga. But then after that, I was like, fuck it.
No, I always felt like that anytime I stepped on the court, though. Sometimes I got smacked too, but, you know, I was confident enough to know. Man, anywho. Yeah, no, it was just, I would try to do other things, or even when I was going to school, like, I went to ODU, so I would skip school or like leave class early or some crazy shit to go to studios, and you know what I'm saying? It was like, if I'm gonna just risk everything to do music, then that's obviously the passion. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
I switched my major when I was at school from math to music, and like fully dove into
Music.
like the craft and everything like that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
You just said something that kind of triggered a thought. Was there something that you now regret doing that came from you chasing music?
That I regret doing?
Yeah. Something that haunts you like, yo, I should have finished school. Did you finish school?
Nah.
Was that like...
Nah, I don't even have a regret on that either, though. I don't really have any regrets.
You don't?
Nah, like, I may feel bad about some shit, but you know what I'm saying? It ain't like everything in life happens for a reason.
True,
You know what I'm saying?
true.
And even to this point, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I don't have any regrets, bro. Like, yeah, everything happens for a reason, and things line up the way they line up to drive to a different direction. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So you started like rapping. You really started getting into it. What would have been some of the, and you've been doing it for a little minute. What have been some of the highlights that you've had?
Shit. My biggest highlight was when I opened up for Wu-Tang at the Norva. That was like my first major show. You know what I'm saying? This had to be like 2010, 2011.
Okay.
I want to say. But yeah, that was like a major highlight. I had ice thrown at me and everything. It was crazy,
Really?
bro. Like I shouldn't have been up there, but I was up there. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it was just a it was a rowdy crowd.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
They had waited a long time for Wu-Tang to get there.
That's how they set you up, yo.
Yeah.
People be out there waiting for like hours, and then when you hop out there, like, yo,
Like,
give me
who
rap.
the fuck is this nigga?
Yeah.
Like, that's how they treated me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm up there doing my thing. I mean, I handed out CDs and threw CDs in the crowd and shit. Like, I did the whole indie artist type thing. But I do remember, specifically, like, a nigga was in the front row, like, throwing ice and shit. You know what I'm saying? And my girlfriend at the time, she said she approached a nigga and everything, like, nah, that's my man, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, that was a major highlight. But anytime I opened up for somebody big, like I've like with my squad, we opened up for Busta Rhymes, opened up for Mos Def and Cali, Rhapsody when she was with Cooley High, we had the whole thing at William and Mary, like, yeah, bro.
Okay. With you saying all that, it got me to remember. Like, I remember when your name first started to kind of ring bells out here. A lot of the dudes that was on like the traditional rap shit, they weren't really fucking with you. Do you remember that?
Like, oh, this nigga whack, or I
People
don't
didn't
fuck
necessarily
like.
think like you was whack, but you didn't fit the vibe of what everybody else was doing. If that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. I can agree to that. But it ain't never reached me though.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I ain't never.
Cause I used to hear like, yo, Intalek was on like his different stuff, and then people was like, I remember I used to be the one to be like, yo, Intalek is dope. They're like, yeah, he's on like some different shit. He on his like Lupe Fiasco type shit.
Yeah,
but the nigga's nice though.
Yeah.
And then after a while, people were like, yo, he's dope.
Yeah, I got that a lot too.
Yeah.
And I think my shit was always like, people would compare me to whoever was lyrical and then was popping at that time.
Yeah.
So I always heard like Lupe or Common or Talib Kweli. You know what I'm saying? Like thoughtful.
More of like the backpacker type vibe.
Yeah. And I mean, because
you're not really a backpack nigga.
But yeah, it's because if you saying something that makes sense, then all of a sudden they put you over there. Like,
right,
you know what I'm saying? Which is fine. Like, everybody got to compare something to something.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it was like that, it'll always be like, when I see niggas, it'd be totally different. I wouldn't get that energy.
But that never made you feel away?
Nah, because I always was confident on my shit, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I come to the show, I got something to say. I done did some crazy shit, like threw mics, kick mics, or if the sound was wrong, turn that shit down. Like, I got something to say.
Yeah.
And I still feel like that to this day. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Where you get this confidence from? Not saying like you shouldn't have confidence, but like where do you get this confidence from? Because not a lot of people have that type of confidence.
Yeah.
I
don't know, bro.
You never thought about it? Like,
nah, that was great. That's a great question, bro.
hey, that's what I'm
I like
for.
that.
Yeah,
I honestly, I don't know. I was always a confident person though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even when I played ball, like most of the time I'd be the smallest person on the court. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, if you want to play with the dogs, you got to be a dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I always moved like that. So I probably could say that. Like, just growing up in the neighborhood, out the beach, just the people I kicked it with. I lived out Scarborough Square.
Oh, okay.
So like in the Green Run area, and just being with my squad and having to gain that confidence of just being like, all right, this is me, this is who I am. Always been an individual. I always been a little different, but it's just me, bro, and that's just how I move. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it translates into the music, and I represent those that probably can't articulate their thoughts, like, you know what I'm saying? And so I give it to them through music. You know what I mean? So I gain that confidence as well, knowing that I can speak for these people. Like, you know what I'm saying?
All right, so now I feel like I just want to kind of dive a little bit into the project, right?
Theodore.
Yeah, Theodore. We have no idea when it's coming out, but I guess it's coming out soon.
I mean, it could come out.
You've been talking about it for at least like 4 or 5 years.
Yo, facts.
You've been talking about it so much, I thought the shit been came out. When you're like, yeah, I'm putting out my album Theodore, I'm like, yo, didn't shit come out like 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Like, nah, it's coming out, this year.
No, I mean, but that was the thing. It was just so many different. It was so many different producers I was working with. So many different like almost moments. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where like yeah, it's here, it's ready, and then something will happen, and then I'm back to the drawing board. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's been years in the making, bro. But it's here, it's done. I'm ready for the world to hear it.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
All right, so how do you feel like when it was probably supposed to come out like in 2017, 18, whatever the case may be, how do you feel like you've evolved as an artist and as a man since then?
Well, let me take it back, right? So I'll start when I got back from Cali, which was 2013. So when I left...
You got back from Cali in 2013?
Yeah.
Are you sure about
2012? Yeah, it's maybe 2012. I don't know, bro. It was a lot
I feel like it was more recent.
Nah, hell nah. Nah, it's been a minute, bro. It's been a minute because my daughter was born in 2014. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I left in 2012 and came back in 2013. Yeah.
I'm asking you like you sure like it's not your life.
Yeah. You sure, nigga? Like I got your birth certificate, right? Nah, yeah. It was when I got back. So yeah, I got back in 2013. And when I left, I had a job, all types of shit. I came back, I ain't had no job, nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was literally went out there to make some shit happen, and shit went to shambles. My health was bad. Like, I didn't end up losing my job, but I was working at the commissary at the time, and they had went through some government furlough shit. So hours got cut, couldn't pay rent, all types of crazy shit. So I had to come home.
So did you go out there to be a rapper?
Yeah, I went out there to chase everything because I felt like I did everything I could here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's probably what most people feel like in Virginia. It'd be just that, like, yo, there ain't no real market here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
you've opened up for everybody. You did all the shows. You put out projects. You know everybody out here, so there's nothing really left to do.
Yeah. So my homie at the time, he was playing for a major league soccer team out there. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, yo, if you trying to get this shit. Nah. My man Duke. My man Duke, he just as good though. Shout out to my nigga Duke. You know what I'm saying? Footballer brand, all that shit.
He ain't better than Freddie or Duke.
So, but yeah, so I moved out there with him, and we drove over there, bro. 3 days from Virginia to Cali, and it was just, all right, let me see what I could do out here. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the biggest opportunity I got out there was to open for Most Def.
Yeah.
But that was, I ain't know nobody there, so half the tickets I paid for. The other half I was able to move and sell and shit. It wasn't even like the room that I wanted to be in for the open shit, but nonetheless, I came back home, and it was just a matter of like trying to personally get my shit right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck the music, let me get my life right. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So when you said, all right, so go back a little bit. You said your health was fucked up out there.
Yeah. So I mean, I was eating bad. I was smoking, drinking, like, every night, you know what I'm saying, while I was out there. I'm talking cigarettes, not even no goofy shit. Like, damn, nigga, like, you weird as fuck, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But that was the type shit I was on, was just, like, but I was kind of stressed out there. Like,
I bet.
Just trying to make shit happen, like, you know what I'm saying?
And you out there by yourself?
Yeah, well, I had some people that I knew out there, you know what I'm saying? But it was just that, like, how do I break? Like, you went from somebody that was doing a thing in an area that you from to like, nigga, everybody doing the same thing you doing.
Yeah.
So how do you break out? How do you make shit move? And I was in different circles trying to make shit happen. But it just, my life caught up. You know what I'm saying? So when I got back home, it was like, all right, get yourself right, get yourself together. Trying to find a job. In the midst of finding a job, Then my girlfriend then, who's my wife now, she had got pregnant. So it was like, all right, like fuck, now you gotta.
Now you really gotta be an adult.
Yeah, now you gotta figure this shit out.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying?
Quickly.
Yeah, for sure. So, just trying to get it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to get it. And then things started to open up a little bit more. Like it started to get back. Where I had the opportunity, I opened up for Mobb Deep in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
And their DJ, shout out to Ski Beats, he heard a mixtape, my mixtape, the Cliche 2 mixtape, and was like, yo, I gotta get this nigga to who I know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we ended up, it was like we met him at the National in Richmond, shook hands, all that shit, met Prodigy, Long Live, you know what I mean? All that shit. And 3 weeks later, this nigga had us in Rock Nation shit off of the people he knew.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's when I knew it was like, it's all a matter of who you know. Fuck the extra shit.
Yeah,
it's all networking now.
Right.
But from there, we had to put together like a demo or something, which was the Chase that everybody hears now, what's out now. But we created the Chase then to just submit a demo for Rock Nation, but we ended up missing out because somebody had got let go that we was going through.
Yeah.
So that's when I hit a point where it was like, damn, dog, like, this shit ain't working out. You know what I'm saying? You might have to let this shit go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
You thought that when you were like close?
Yeah, like walking in the fucking building of like, nigga, this where Jay-Z be at?
Yeah.
Oh, this your influence.
I've
like,
been in that building.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, it was like, damn, bro, you close as fuck, nigga.
Right.
Like, you close as hell. And for something that I ain't have no control on, just be like, all right, nah.
Yeah.
Like, that shit was like, damn, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was like type depressing for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've been trying to get this shit for this long, and then, you know what I'm saying? That was my biggest opportunity. I done heard talks and met a bunch of people before then, like label-wise and shit, but that was the closest I had got at the time.
Okay.
So it was like, yeah, bro. But when that shit didn't manifest, it was like, well, maybe you got to change the way you want, you know what I'm saying, trying to get this shit. But in the midst of all this creation, to revert back to your question, Theodore was always being made then, because these are moments where I'm figuring me out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm creating songs about my daughter at the time. I'm creating songs about how I'm fucking up in my personal relationships. And
we're going to get to that.
Yeah, for sure. But it was like, yeah, bro, I learned a lot. And when my grandfather passed, you know what I'm saying? I'm Theodore the third, so he's the first. When he passed, I learned a lot more information on him that I ain't never know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's where a lot of this shit started to come into full circle. So I started to move in a different way because my grandfather was a man's man. You know what I'm saying? My pops is I learned that my pops was a man's man.
Yeah.
I'm out here doing weirdo shit.
Fuck shit.
You know what I'm saying? But I represent that. Nah, some shit got to change. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Theodore became that personal reflection and that personal chase, and I just been creating it, bro, since 2013.
Okay.
That was a long ass answer.
That was a very good answer.
Yeah,
though.
sorry about that.
No, that was a very good answer. So, you talked about how you met your girl, y'all got married, you got a kid. How have you evolved since being married?
Yeah, I really had a lot of growing up. You know what I'm saying? I really had a lot of growing up, and I thought I did a little bit of it, but you never really see that shit. You never really see the pain you're causing until that shit bounces back. Like, you know what I mean?
But
so
you talk about it on Cinnamon.
Yeah, a track called Cinnamon on the Theodore album. Which was it was just that though. It was just a matter of like, I'm thinking I'm moving in the right directions or doing certain things, and I always was, but it was always like a like a U-turn. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like some fucked up U-turn I would make. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I did a lot of growing up, bro. I did a lot of growing up. She was the only one. She is the only one that made me think about shit differently. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I took the shit for granted then, but I see it now. I see her importance now. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like the first major thing she bought me, my nigga, was a suit. I ain't never have a suit. You know what I'm saying? So we was going to like a wedding, like a friend of hers had a wedding. And
you had a Burberry
I
shirt?
couldn't get, no, I
It's a Tim, some Dockers.
I was going to show up like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, nah, like, do this. Like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I ain't think about no shit like that.
Right.
Like, but that just shows the type of mentality.
She saw more for you.
Yeah, you know, she did. She did, and she still does, and that's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
Like all the pain and the extra shit that I did, she was still there, bro.
Yeah.
Still there. You know what I'm saying? And she got her get back. You know what I mean? I let her. Y'all can have an interview on that.
We can definitely. I wish she was here. I definitely want to speak to her about that.
But
so let me hop in though.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So in the song you talk about how you was out here living wild on the internet.
Yeah.
And then you found out that she had her get back.
Mm-hmm. The get back was way too real.
Not to really dive into what she did or whatever, or
For
what
sure.
you did, but how did that make you feel though?
It made me feel like this is as cliche as it sounds, but like damn, this is what you was doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is the type shit you was doing. You know what I'm saying? But I knew, the crazy thing is I knew the entire time. You know what I mean? It won't like oh, you find out some crazy shit. Cause most niggas, and I've talked to her about it too, most niggas would be like, oh, well, I'm just out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The pride would be just like, fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah.
But it was like, yo, like I really do love this girl enough to be like, all right, all the pain that I caused, you know what I'm saying? Fuck it, if I love you, I'm going to stick through it and it's going to work itself out the way it's going to work itself out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This was before we was married and all that type of shit too. Yeah. So
how did you deal with that? Because I've actually been in that same position where you with a chick, you might fuck up, but then she fucks up. But in my head, all I could think of was her fucking up. And I couldn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure.
So how do you, like I used to have like, I ain't say nightmares, but I used to think about that shit a lot. That shit used to haunt me.
Yeah.
So how do you actually, like, you know what? I ain't say it's not that bad, but how do you get past that?
Time. As cliche as that shit sounds too. It's time, bro. It's legit time. It was like in a lot of conversation, like a lot of hard conversation. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Not on no detailed shit, but it's the matter of like conversation with self, but as well as conversation with the relationship. You know what I'm saying? And it was like just seeing it from her perspective. Cause it'd be like so many times it'd be like, all right, you did this, but it's cool. Mm-hmm. You did this, but don't do it again.
Right.
All right, you did it again, but you know what I'm saying? Then it's like, all right, fine, boom, my turn. The one time after I we flipping pages, you read them like this what I did. Yeah. And then the one time, how can I give up on you on that shit? When you ain't give up on me when I got a fucking 3-page book.
A book, a novel.
You know what I'm saying?
Biography.
You know what I'm saying? That shit was a hard copy, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? But I can't quit on you. You ain't never quit on me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so that was the trigger for me to be like, yeah, bro. And to know that I love her enough to stick through it, because she stuck through me. She stuck with the shit that I did. Yeah. How can I give up on you on this moment? Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so, but it was tough, bro. Like I said, knowing what you doing. Yeah. Like when you leave the house, I know exactly where you going. You know what I'm saying? And she ain't making no secret either. It was just a matter of like, all right, nigga.
You fucking around, what do me?
Yeah. So you got the baby. You know what I'm saying? But it was just that, bro. It was like, how can I quit on you when you ain't never quit on me? how can I be a man? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I be a man and be like, all right, like, tough this shit out and just see where it goes? Because I ain't no quitter either. Like, you know what I'm saying? And she got the same characteristic.
Okay.
So, yeah, bro. Cinnamon. Make sure y'all tune into that. You know what I'm saying? Play that shit.
Okay. So, let's talk about another song on the album that I really fuck with. Casper's.
Yeah.
I
Shout
feel
out my
like you
nigga
talk
Will.
a little bit about everything that's going on with you. Like, it sounds like you talked a little bit about I can say a drinking problem, but you drink through a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
talked a little bit about relationships. You talked a little bit about everything. So what like made you write that?
Yeah. So Casper started out as an ATI. Shout out to my squad, ATI. It started out as an ATI track reference. So I referenced the record for the squad, but the track was so solid, I just kept my reference verses. You know what I'm saying? And just polished them up a little bit. Will, shout out to my homie Will Young. Shout out to Basic. They laid their verses as well. But yeah, it was almost semi-autobiographical. I wouldn't say like everything in the verses was completely me, but I did tap into certain pieces. Like, you know, I said something like college was the written rule. You know what I mean? And I ain't never see it as a tool, so I hit the streets for the cool. That shit was real. Like, I never really seen myself going to school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
So did you just go to school because like your parents like, all right, well, this is the next evolution or next step?
Yeah. That's exactly what it was. It was just like, all right, so what's after high school? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure. So all right, let's go. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, Casper's the beat just told the story itself. Writing that was easy, bro. Probably like 10, 15 minutes. The both verses. It just flowed. But yeah, I just tapped into a lot of shit. The hook was the main thing where it was just like yeah, I see a lot of people around me, but that ain't really here for me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So there's a lot of ghosts and a lot of demons around me, and that's kind of the premise of that track was just like that. You know what I mean?
Have you ever like really felt that way?
Yeah, like energies. Like I'm big on energy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, if the energy ain't right or just being around certain shit, it'd be a lot of Caspers, bro. It'd be a lot of ghosts. It'd be a lot of weirdos. You know what I'm saying? That I had to like separate myself from, or just stop going to certain areas because I knew it would be that type of energy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So when you say that, do you feel like it's more so like leech energy? Like people trying to take from you that like, or is it more so like people saying they wish you well but don't give a shit about you?
Yeah, that part, the latter part. It is a piece of that, but also just a piece of like I know the right moves to make, but I'm with these type of people that aren't making those moves, so I'm just gonna follow the crowd. You know what I'm saying? And you get caught up in some stupid shit like that. So yeah, it was a lot of that, but like leeching, nah, it won't never no leeching shit. I ain't got nothing for niggas to leech on. You know what I'm saying? Download that motherfucking Theodore shit, though. You know what I mean? Then maybe I have a different story.
You don't keep plugging it?
Yeah, all day. That's what we got to do, man.
All right. So the last time I did one of these interviews, I asked this question. What is it like to be a 30-year-old rapper?
I mean, that shit is dope, in my opinion. If you think about it, bro, all the ones that we listen to or the ones that have longevity came up at this time.
Yeah.
Like came up at that age. Let's say it like that. So there's a lot of knowing at the age of 30. Like, you know what I'm saying? Me at 21, bro, was like, man, I was still running around doing crazy shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of growth, and you hear it in the music. There's a lot of like inflection or reflection at 30, and I think that's what the youngins, they want to hear, but it ain't gonna. It's something they'll play like at home,
Yeah,
not around. But
a little B-side joint.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, man, I'm cool. I'm smoking. Let me play this Intalek shit.
Right.
Like, I can't turn up the Intalek.
Yeah.
I don't turn up to my shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta think about my shit. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But there's a lane for that. You know what I'm saying? And I've always been that type, but I was always on my lyrical rap shit too. But I think this album will give people that, like, I've always wanted to show what my songwriting abilities were.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think this
I feel like you've always been a very dope songwriter.
yeah, appreciate that, man. Thank you. But yeah, a lot of times I would get like booked for like ciphers or like shit like that. To me, it's easy. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no real thought into that, in my opinion. But it's just a creation of music. So I don't look at it as no age, cause like the ones that I look up to, or I find my peers, we all in the same age bracket.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So no, 30 ain't shit. 30 ain't shit, bro.
Okay. All right, just got a couple more questions before we wrap this up.
You cool, man. I'm enjoying myself now.
Yeah.
I was nervous at first. Yeah, I was
told
super
you ain't
nervous.
really
It
nothing
might
to
be
be
the
nervous
gin,
about.
though. It might be the gin.
There ain't really nothing to be nervous about, bro. I gotta ask you this is the Virginia music scene question.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel has been the evolution of the scene around here from when you first started to now?
It's a lot more opportunity now.
Really?
I think so. Mid 2000s, right? So let's say like 2007, 2008, and you know this shit.
Yeah.
It wasn't a lot of places that we could go to perform at.
It was like Rock the Mic. It was like maybe one or two other spots. Shout
had
out
like
to P and M.
Fuzzy Wednesdays, you know what I'm saying? You had shit like that, or Crush Groove, shout out to Mass and Soul Son. Like we had it was spotty.
Yeah.
But now it's literally like every week. It's something different every week. And it's all across the areas, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know that. I haven't been in the scene in years.
Yeah, you're doing a different type of media now. You're doing this type of media.
Yeah, I'm on some other shit right
yeah,
now,
you on some grown up shit.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? But no, it's different. And I mean the technology changed. So you could put more music out at a quicker rate than just like MySpace and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it can go to a larger audience at a quicker rate now.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like Virginia, bro, I'm excited. I've always been excited about it because I feel like we run the fucking music world like around here, bro.
Yeah.
Virginia is the sound, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas be like, oh, what's Virginia sound? Yo, put on any song and that shit is Virginia, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, as far as the change goes, it's just a lot more places that like artists can perform at or do that wasn't open to us. I remember going to like open mics where niggas be like, nah, you can't even play no music. You know what I'm saying? Or like, we just do poetry here. I mean, like, all right, well, I got a CD. Like, you know what I'm saying? Can y'all play this? Like, nah. So now I'm rapping a cappella, but I'm just that type of rapper.
I've done a couple of those events. Like, yeah, I don't do no rapping here.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like discriminatory shit. Like, damn, nigga.
Like, fuck you niggas. Like, you ain't doing
But
that.
you dress like a rapper, though.
Yeah, that's true.
But we can't show up? That's fucked up. All right, let me get the mic. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, that's how it was then.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I know the younger ones don't even realize that or see that, but a lot of niggas paved the way, like, for what's going on now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Driver. Shout out to Mass, Soul Son. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember those faces when it was like, we was just trying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We was just trying to be like, yo, we rap too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But niggas, that shit was frowned upon. And then still in Virginia, like, shit is still frowned upon, but you can't stop something that's
gonna move regardless.
Yeah, you know?
Okay. All right, so a couple of weeks ago, you and your crew, ATI, dropped the project.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was coming here, I see that y'all are getting ready to drop another project.
Yeah. It's not gonna stop, man. Virginia's most dangerous rap group. Yeah, bro, I mean that shit too. I mean that shit.
I feel like you do.
Yeah, I really do. And it ain't even on no rapidy rap shit, but it's just different elements. It's 8 members.
Yeah.
It's 8 different members, bro. So it's 8 different personalities. There's 8 different approaches to maybe the same beat. Bro, that shit's crazy. If you don't fuck with me, you gotta fuck with somebody in the group.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel.
So what made you, or what made y'all start to come out strong? Because I feel like y'all been quiet for a little minute.
We've been quiet for a long time.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of personal shit too though within the group. That I won't dive too deep into, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was just a matter of like, so 2017 we was really rolling, like doing shit, like opened up for Rick Ross, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, Busta Rhymes, and just traveling. But I think a lot of people within the group didn't really, I don't know if they really seen it or just the work ethic was different.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So this shit just fell apart. You know what I mean? It just fell apart. And then you had your schisms with people that seen shit differently or felt like niggas was changing because they were getting different looks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that just came with the work ethic though. It wasn't nothing personal. It was just like, all right, well, I'm constantly working over here,
Right.
and you just kind of every now and then you
Yeah.
get in what you put into the shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Follow-up question to that. How does it feel when you're, for lack of a better term, the face? And you're going to move regardless, but other niggas is not moving.
at first it used to bother me because that's what, like, I always wanted us to come up at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it used to bother me, but now it, like, you know, with the wisdom at the age of 30 plus, it's like, all right, well, I got to look out for me now. You know what I'm saying? I got a family to feed too, and if I'm going to keep doing this shit outside of not spending time with what really matters, then every time I come outside, this shit got to work. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but I always wanted them to see it too, because I believe in the squad. I believe in the whole group. Like, you know what I'm saying? Them niggas is dope. Like, all the way around, in my opinion. Even with the Theodore shit, a lot of them had input on certain songs and things like that. So everybody's got a different way that they approach music. And I feel like as a collective, that shit can take over, bro. Like, that shit can really be impactful. But yeah, it used to bother me at first, but it don't. Now it's like, well, everybody's moving now, which is great. Like, you know what I'm saying? But then it did bother me, because it was just like, the fuck? Like, we really here. Like, y'all niggas is really nice, bro. You know what I'm saying? But people don't see, like, you can't get somebody to see your vision. Like, you know what I mean? The most you could do is just be like, hey, bro, you doing your thing. I wish you would keep going. If not, I mean, so be it. You know what I'm saying?
I got to move regardless.
Yeah. Shit just got to work.
All right. So, last question before we wrap this up. So, you've been talking about Theodore. That's the name of the project. That's who you are. How do you feel like you've evolved from when you first started, when you first got into rapping, to the man you are now? And I'm not even talking about music. I'm talking about Theodore as the person.
Yeah. I've grown, dog. I've grown a lot, bro. I be telling my niggas all the time, even my nigga Chris, like, we done had moments where it was almost like, all right, this might be it. Like, this might be the last day. You know what I'm saying? And just knowing that, or like running around in the streets like that, not even, I won't know, thug type nigga, but it, like I said, it was just a matter of just being who I was at the time. I'm sorry?
Fighting niggas at NSU?
We used to fist fight niggas at NSU, bro. Like, that shit, but yeah, that shit's real. But anywho, that's the first track too on Theodore. Yeah, bro, I've grown a lot, dog. I've grown a lot. And I mean, I give it.
I've seen your growth over the past couple of years.
Yeah. No, love, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I've grown a lot, bro. And I've just seen a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I got a lot of scars to show that shit. It's in the music. It's in my tone now. It's in my voice. Like, just the shit that I've seen from here to Cali, just living out there, to trying to come back, through the personal shit that I went through. musically. I've grown a lot, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just ready to show that, you know what I'm saying? And to continue to grow. Because if you're not growing, then you're not bettering yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
being stagnant.
Right. So I always want to grow, but I'm a better version of me. And like I said, I don't regret anything that I've done in the past because it made me who I am now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like in the next 10 years, hopefully it'll be a better version. You know what I'm saying?
More better.
Yeah.
Better.
And a more upbeat, not upbeat, but you know what I'm saying, a more grown project then, like Theodore the Fourth or some crazy shit. I don't know. I'm throwing that out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out, you know what I'm saying? Get that Theodore out too.
All right, so now's your time to plug your project. Like, what can people expect and all that good stuff? And I'm gonna just sip while you do it.
Yeah, no, it's cool, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know what can you expect.
Nigga, you've been plugging it for the last hour. You got something to say about it.
Other than this project, just Theodore, man. I want to represent Virginia. Like, I want niggas and that's what I want this album to do. I want niggas to be proud. Like, that's from here that have seen, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Cap. Like, be like, yo, yeah, I know that nigga.
Shout out to Cap.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure. I want niggas to be proud, bro. I want everybody that has heard the project, even in the process of me creating it. You know what I'm saying? I played it for, like, peers. That I trust, you know what I mean? Like, yo, like, give me your insight or your input on it because I want this to represent you.
Yeah.
It's a full representation of who I am, but I want people to be like, yeah, bro, like, that's him. He did that, and that's Virginia, and that's what I want to represent, bro. Is like, I want niggas to be like, yeah, like, that's Virginia right there. That's Virginia hip hop all the way. You know what I'm saying? So. What can you expect? Shit, nigga, just expect more. You know what I'm saying? Get the project, too.
Your shameless plug is pissing me off. But real talk, I appreciate you doing this. I appreciate you asking me, like, look, let's sit down and talk. Like, this has been a great discussion, a great talk about pretty much everything between us, you as a man, the music, everything. So,
yeah.
I definitely appreciate you, man.
Thank you, bro. Like I said, I had to, you know what I'm saying, hit the Charlemagne of Virginia up and make this thing happen, man. Who else feels that way? I'm sure everybody else does.
People don't know me, man. I live
all right, that's cool.
But I appreciate it, brother.
My man,
thank you.
God is a woman, bro, don't at me. With beautiful brown skin and coarse hair. Of course there's differences in these viewpoints. Actually, hear me out. We all come from a womb, and the strength of a female to give birth may have led to this earth we live in. We're all made in God's image, and life wouldn't exist unless she's in it. The creator is the difference. What's even more complex is God made man and realized the error in its ways, so then created a companion.